Hello. I wanted to come on live. I don't know if anybody's watching, but it'll leave a message anyway. I've been thinking, I've been doing the runes for some time now, going on close to 11 or 12 years, and I wanted to share that runes themselves provide tools for liberation, what some might call ascension or some might call enlightenment. It's really about our capacity to know ourselves and to go within to understand how our conditioned awareness in many ways can handicap us from living a more conscious and utilitarian and enjoyable life. So, we've all come up with something, you know, some things our parents taught us or conditioning that was handed down through family traumas or attitudes that we pick up unconsciously because we imprint from the people around us and our caregivers and all of those things that matter. But I just wanted to share this simple little tool that you can use to get through your work day, your life, your time at home. You having your runes in a rune pouch, and I'm using the Anglo-Saxon Futhark, which for those of you who know Futhark means alphabet, and the F and the U and the TH and the A and the R and the K are the first six letters of the rune alphabet. So, and I'm using the Anglo-Saxon one, which is a later variation on the Elder Futhark. The Elder Futhark had 24 runes, and the Anglo-Saxon rune holds 33, which they added more, I guess, in Anglo-Saxon England because there is a language changed and the letters represent consonants and vowels. But I can draw a rune in here and for the day ahead. So if I just randomly drew this one, and this one is about Manaz, and this camera shows me the reverse thing, so my hand goes sometimes the wrong way. But this is Manaz. This is the rune for humanity. This is for the letter M. And sometimes the runes take shape from the Italo-Roman alphabet, but not always. The rune master who put the assembly of these characters together took from different sources. At any rate, this rune, if I drew this in the morning, I would be aware that I would be having connections with people that day. It could be a good day for social connections. It could be a good day for chance meetings with people that I might not have seen for a while, or just I might be in a state where I want to connect with other people and I'm not feeling like such a loner that day. And this could be a good rune, especially if you are in a public friendly or public service oriented job, or if you want to connect with your family in a meaningful way. So that's just one way you can interpret that. I'm just going to give you a second example. If this was the morning and I drew this one, and this rune, oh my gosh, this is a really good rune to draw. Gifu, this is a gift. And I know again, I'm playing tricks with the camera here. This is about mutual exchange of energy. Um, the gifts I'm talking about are not necessarily that somebody's coming to you with a hand wrapped present, but it's about how people share their talents and how people share their energies. It can relate to friendships, it can relate to partnerships in business or even marriage or with your mate. So it's always a good rune to draw. And maybe just for a third example, I'm just doing this as sort of a one rune a day type thing. I do it most mornings. I put up a podcast here for the runes of the day during the week, and I've started including an overview of that because sometimes people don't have time to look at this every day, and they just want to see how the week is going to go. And this one I drew. This is the rune on Suze. This rune is a good one if you're a spiritual person for connecting with the gods. It also can mean good counsel, getting advice about something that you need to seek advice on, or maybe even legal contracts and binding things like that. So it just every rune has its own energy, it has its own flavor, it has its own personality, and yet you can use them to write. There are different ways that you can, use them to write out your magical intentions. You can use them to make forecasts, like I've just done basically for a rune of the day. You can use them for so many things. If you use them in conjunction with the Norse tree of life, Yggdrasil and its worlds, you can get a lot of insights because that also provides, um, oh my gosh, there's just so much that can be said about these things. The tree of life does directly correlate with the chakras. And so if you're looking for insights on health and areas of emotional blockage, it's wonderful to use from that. And aside from the chakras, people also use the tree of life and the map of the worlds to shaman journey. So there is just so much available to us in studying the runes and learning about the runes. And I just cannot say enough about it. I've been doing this work for a long time now. I love it. I want to share it with people. So this is where we are at. So I have delivered my message. I will say good night and hope someone gets something out of this happy podcast.